Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Are you happy? Are you happy that we now have football to talk about? Not the fake juice, not the bull jiggity that you always hear from the talking heads. We're talking about real football. I know we talking about practice. Not the game. We talk about practice, but I'm glad we got practice to talk about, as opposed to just listening to Philly 500 bloviating. I think did I say it right? Bloviating about the damn Eagles and how great they are. You know, the greatest team in the history of football and mankind. Anyway, be that as it may, I'm here talking about my Cowboys. Today was a crazy day. Joe Burrow, calf injury, okay? It was feared that it was an ACL. It ended up being that it's a calf, 4 to 6 weeks or something like that. Who knows? Jalen Ramsey could be out until December. You got Dalvin Cook going to visit the Jets, although you have Miami that's interested in him, as well as New England. It's been a crazy, crazy day in the NFL. Fortunately, knock on wood, we haven't had any injuries today, and we've heard that Zach Martin has said, hold the line, I'll be there soon. So hopefully we get a resolution on that. So already training camp, we got Diggs getting his contract. He's happy, he's whole. He literally broke down and just about cried when he found out he was getting that big money. In the meantime, we got my quarterback, Dak Prescott, after practice being asked a few questions about his wide receivers and talking about Brandon Cooks, and he praised Jalen Tolbert. And could it be that Jalen Tolbert ends up being a breakout player for us, that he ends up being that second year? The first year was a wreck, kind of like Terrence Steele, but the second year, he gets it. Everything starts slowing down. He gets into a groove, and he hits the ground running. One thing I will say, Dak Prescott ended up going to Atlanta with, I think, 17 of his offensive guys. You know, Dak Prescott has the field in his backyard, which he started during COVID. You see, now Pat Mahomes has the field in his backyard. These things are actually very, very important because of the nature of how the NFL has evolved, where they don't practice much. When you get to training camp, it used to be 2-a-days where they could go ahead and do all the stuff and everything else. You know, they're doing the installs right now. There's not enough time for those young guys to really catch up. But having Dak Prescott taking those guys to his house, running routes and things like that, it's getting familiarity with the players together, and getting Brandon Cook signed early in the off season gave more time for those guys to get together. Now we're here at the Red Brick House where I'm still working on the place. I had goals of being finished Memorial Weekend, which weren't realistic, but I always try and set goals for maybe more than I can obtain to try and really push myself. But we are, as you can see, you have white walls here, we have television, we have cable, we have internet, and we can do what we do here. So let's listen to Dak Prescott talking about the difference of Brandon Cooks, as well as praising Jalen Tolbert.
DallasCowboys.com. Circling back to Brandon Cooks real quickly, looks like you two hit the ground running after the trade. You did a lot of work, obviously, in the building, but also outside.
That's too bright.
For example, with the offseason program mostly behind you, 2 days into practice, where are you guys?
Okay, we're great. And that's credit to him. I don't want to give myself too much credit.
There we go.
That's a guy that's a true pro. That's a guy that you look at his resume, seen what he's done throughout this league. Look at his numbers, and then honestly, when you watch him, you see the way he prepares, the way he takes care of his body, the way he approaches the game. You can see that he came in playing with some of the best quarterbacks and some of the better coaches in this league. That he's been trained the right way. That now going into year 10, he's vital to our team's success. Obviously, what he's going to be able to add just in his stats and just in his play, but his leadership alone. I can tell you guys like CD, Michael Gallup are thankful for that, and he's just a hell of a guy that allows our chemistry to speed up when he prepares the right way, approaches the right way, and every day is the same. Him just being consistent.
As far as Pro Football Network, Dak, you talk a lot about the younger and older guys coming together. Jalen Tolbert seemed to be process for him. Can you talk about what you've seen out of him and the growth in the last year?
Yeah, so much growth, and it starts mentally. That's a guy that has all the talent, has all the capabilities, but I think that you can see, take last year and you can see how much this game is a confidence game. And you get drafted in this league, they get picked in this league, it's for a reason, but a lot of times guys lose that confidence and maybe what they expected to be doing early, and that doesn't happen for him. And that's all that was last year, as a guy that's really balled into himself and just trying to improve every which way that he can, and not only for himself, for this team. And he's taken a huge step mentally, and I think that's just going to jump off the tape or just jump off just when you watch him on the field and the way that he's preparing for the practice and just what he's doing out there and making the plays. And then even had the play today, didn't go our way, and he came to me, get it again, please give me another chance. I said, hey, we'll get to it, you know what I mean? Let's not just press and want, but you'll have another opportunity. But that just shows you how hungry he is, how much he's grown in his confidence, and yeah, he's just getting going, and a guy that I'm excited for.
Love that.
On paper, this looks like the best Cowboys defense.
We'll go with this one defense.
As being quarterback, I'm just wondering, from your perspective, what kind of challenge are they?
Yeah, just in these 2 days, I felt it. They're good. They're good. They communicate well, and I think that's where it starts. Is they know each other. They know the call. They feel confident with the call that they're getting from DQ. They feel confident with the man next to them doing their job, and that allows them to play fast. And that's going to make it tough on any offense. But it's great for us to get to go against them every day. That's iron and sharpen iron, and yeah, iron sharpen iron. Yeah, I said that right. Yeah, it's just very impressive. Honestly, I felt this in this 2 days, but you can go back to the spring. As I said, it starts with the communication. In our mock games and our walkthroughs, they don't lose a beat, and all that does is allow their personality to rub off on other guys, and just sharpens the competition, and it just makes it fun.
Nice. We'll leave it right there. So with Jalen Tolbert, he basically said it was a lack of confidence, and and sometimes that happens. That you go through college, you're one of the top players and things, then you get to the pros, everybody is a top player, and for some guys it's overwhelming, and you could see that when he was out there, it was just like, it's just his eyes were wide open, and he was thinking. And in football, if you think you get beat, you have to just be able to react. So if that's the case, that is great news, because you need that fourth wide receiver. You're going to go four wides and stuff, and we got guys that are battling. So between Semi and between Jalen Tolbert, one of those guys has got to step up to get that role. I'm excited because so far, usually what happens is your defense is always ahead of your offense. Defense is a little easier. It's more Nathaniel. It's basically, I'm going upfield and I'm going after the quarterback's ass. When you talk about the offense and the offensive line and everything else, it's more cerebral. It's more mental up there. It's more plays. It's more complex. And usually it takes more time for those guys to get together. And that's where I say that Dak Prescott being the leader that's actually getting those guys together, going on those trips together to bond, working out all off season, is going to make those guys even better. And just from the standpoint of looking at where we are with the talent that's on the field, we had some talent, but Michael Gallup wasn't ready. You could look at it and say Michael Gallup wasn't quite there almost the whole season. Noah Brown should have been like a fifth wide receiver. We just did not have the talent to go along there. The fact that the team did as much as they did, and all you haters out there, you can go pound sand, you can kiss my high yellow hind parts. I don't give a rat's ass if you don't believe him. That's up to you. But me, I believe in that guy. That guy is one of the best quarterbacks that the Dallas Cowboys has ever had. Fact. Fact. Since Troy Aikman, fact. And I will go to my grave saying that. And I don't give a rat's ass about what these people out there that set up these unrealistic expectations for him that jade your opinion of Dak Prescott. That shit I heard today from Chris Broussard. What? Kiss my ass. I mean, come on. By his definition, there's basically one franchise quarterback, and he has retired, and maybe one in the making in Pat Mahomes. That's it. That's the list. But be that as it may, I love that Jalen Tolbert is opening up eyes and making progress. I'll have a little bit more in a little bit before when I do my fireside chat. In the meantime, we got to wet the walls. You got to have the walls moist before you put your plaster on it. Got to. or that shit won't stick. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, it's nice that the AC works in here. It is 98 outside, but it's 72. It's 72 degrees inside here because we got the AC working. That's right. And I'm here by myself. Well, me and any spirits that are here. But take a look, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Doesn't it look pretty? You remember how this place used to look. Tomorrow I'll be plastering these walls at some point with the white plaster. You can see where we stopped with the white plaster. And working on the handrails in here. Like I said, we got AC. We're getting doors hung. Chet's going to be finished with the tile tomorrow. I'll get that grouted and I'll be able to take a shower in this mother humper. And you guys know, I know what y'all saying. Yeah, you need a shower because you stink. I'm Mark Holmes. And don't be a dingbat like Philly. Peace.